Alright everybody, welcome to this walkthrough for the Castle Level 2 in Resident Evil Village Mercenaries. I'm going to be showing you how to get triple S rank on this level, on this Mercenary stage. If you saw my video on Castle 1, the strategies, the routes you take are going to be somewhat similar, except for Area 4 is going to be a fair bit different, just because it's kind of a gong show. It's a challenge to even survive it. So we'll go through all that. Of course, the level layout, the enemy spawns, everything is the same as Castle 1, except that the enemies are tougher and your weapon selection is a lot more limited. You don't get the auto pistol, you don't get the shotgun, you don't get the sniper rifle. You get more limited and more expensive weapon options. So you'll see here, I'm starting by upgrading the Lemmy. I upgrade the power 3 times. Upgrade the rate of fire a couple of times, and the reload speed. And then I'm also going to buy the Wolfsbane. If you watched my factory levels, this will look very familiar, because this is exactly how I started Factory 2. So, Wolfsbane is for those really tough enemies that are really time-consuming and ammo-consuming to take down with your Lemmy. Once again, going to ignore the Panzer as we start this level. Gonna run over here. This should look actually very similar to Castle 1. My video on Castle 1. Gonna blast his armor off and shoot that red spot. One Wolfsbane shot takes him down. Now I could use the Lemmy and just have him be the first kill in my combo and then still get a full combo from beginning to end here. But that would waste a lot of ammo and a lot of time, so I don't like doing that. Basically killing the enemies in the same order as I did in Castle 1. That Lycan is kind of a wild card. Sometimes he runs out here, sometimes you don't see him until you get over to the next room. A couple of mines in here. I come out and shoot that. Kill another couple of enemies to keep my combo up here. But honestly, this is pretty straightforward. Area 1. There's no branching paths. Once again... Oh, utilize your block. Utilize your block. You see a demo there. Sometimes they're going to attack right as you're trying to reload or something. You want to know how to block. You should have killed 9 enemies by the time you get here. There's the 10th one there. Ammo for other guns has been replaced by money. I like to shoot him through the bars. Again, it's not hard to get a full combo of 19 enemies on this one. Come around the corner here, grab this, have the Wolfsbane ready. Now, oh, and okay, this got a little dicey here, but my Wolfsbane took down both of them. Usually the armored guy is in front of those other two, but one of the other Lycans slipped in front of him that time and made it a little trickier, but we still survived it. And block there. I mean, you'll learn to recognize their animations, you know, just as they're about to attack. But you'll see that even though the enemies are tough, from that blue orb I picked up a speed bonus, and you definitely want to pick up a speed upgrade as early as you can in this. And also, really try to avoid the fire arrows. The fire arrows do a ton of damage and really, really slow you down. But you are going to want a speed upgrade. If you don't have one by the time you get to Area 4, I mean, it's annoying even before that, but if you don't have a speed upgrade by the time you get to Area 4, you might as well restart. There's just no point. So going into Area 2, I upgrade my Lemmy as much as I can. I don't sell anything. I keep the healing serums. I keep the explosives. Because I like having them. And I also hang on to the Wolfsbane because it's got some shots left. Now you can't get more Wolfsbane ammo. So once it's empty, I'm going to sell it. But that's, you know, I'm not at that point yet. Once again, you want to take this route, come into the main hall, where all the balconies and the big curved staircase is. This is where you want to start. You want to clear out the enemies in the castle, and then head down the hill to where the exit's going to spawn. Now, a lot of guys are going to come at you here. Just have to be ready. It's kind of a wide open area, so you might get attacked from multiple directions. Don't forget the guy on the stairs, as always. He likes to oversee things. Some stuff there. Hall of Masks. Grab this bonus. And, should be a couple more enemies coming. There should be 2 more before I get... Okay, yeah. Before you head to the entry hall, you should be at 9 enemies killed. These guys spawned in a little slower. And then you come around the corner, a couple more zombie guys. And a soldat. 1 Wolfsbane shot, and he's down. One of the things I talked about in some of my other videos is enemy management. Enemy management's not as hard in some of these areas because you just constantly have the enemies running at you and they chase you wherever you're going. These guys are actually driving me quite far back into the castle. In area 1, or in level 1 of this same area, I was standing at the... Like, I was standing outside the castle killing all these guys. But, takes a lot more work to take them down now. Almost missed that. I think I missed that in level 1. Didn't even really realize it was there. As you can see, now that I have my speed upgrade, which I was lucky and I got pretty early on, now I'm getting my power upgrades. Once again, your magic number, before you head down the hill, your magic number is 32. That's the number of enemies you should be at. I'm only at 23 here, so got a little ways to go. But yeah, enemy management, you don't always want to kill the enemy that's right in front of your face. Sometimes you want to leave 1 or 2 alive, run and do something, and then come back and kill that enemy. It just helps you keep your combo chain up. Also, as you're prioritizing things, remember that time is more valuable than money. You only get half a point for every lay that you pick up. Now, as I said in level 1, there's a caveat to that because money is also buying power. So especially in the early areas, you want to be grabbing as much money as you can so you can upgrade your weapons. Once again, you can shoot that barrel, kill 3 enemies right off the bat. Wolfsbane. I didn't see how many rounds I had left in the Wolfsbane, but there's going to be a couple more soldats here. Those are the drill guys. Oh, 3 left, and I just wasted 1. But now I'm just going to bait this guy into attacking me, kill him, and we're good. Full combo, 40 enemies. Those combos are nice. Nice points bonus. But as I was saying, so time more valuable than money. You get 500 points per second that's left on the clock when you hit the exit. You get half a point for every lay you pick up. So if you pick up 500 lay, you get 250 points for that. But if you wasted a second doing it, you've lost 500 points. So that's not worth it for points. But there are still situations where you still might want to do that because you want the money. But there's a balance. There's always a balance to be struck. So sold the Wolfsbane because it's out of ammo. Can't get more ammo for it. And I remember thinking here debating what the best strategy was and if I should buy more explosives. I am going to buy the grenade launcher for the next area. Oh yeah, that was it. I was debating, should I upgrade my ammo capacity on the handgun, or should I get more explosives? I decided to go for explosives. There are some tougher armored enemies, and some tougher not armored enemies. And then the plan was to... So I felt I didn't need to upgrade the ammo capacity. You could if you want to, but the reload speed is so fast that I felt I didn't need it at this point. Got the let me up to max power, so it's taking far fewer shots to take down your typical enemies here. Once again, you want to go to the right into the Hall of Masks. Super Guard's a decent one on level 2 because then you can it blocks all incoming damage if you're blocking.
I won't
Alright, so this can get a little dicey. You got some lichens running at you. Chose to use a pipe bomb here because just weaken everybody. And the Demetresk, as you can see, she can mess you up if you're not careful. And this was really, like, this was super easy on level 1. This is a lot more difficult level 2, but still very doable. Generally, you attack the closest enemy. There are some exceptions, but when you got a whole bunch of them coming at you like that, it can be very dicey. Should be at 13 when you get out to the courtyard. Another pipe bomb. Just help things along. If I'm not mistaken, I managed to preserve my combo. Yeah, so that got a little close to losing the combo there, but managed to hang on to it. Take the same route around the courtyard as I did in level 1. There's a time bonus over here. You definitely want to grab this. Of course, the lichens are far more aggressive. If you want, there's a ledge behind me here. You could hop down off of that, go back to the center area, but I like kind of funneling them down this little area. It's you know, less risk of some of them getting in behind you. Once again, 3 more of these flying enemies, and then you can move on. They're very weak. It only takes a couple of shots to take them down if you've upgraded your gun, but they're very unpredictable and skittery, so... Alright, once again, I kill this guy on the stairs. Mostly for combo preservation. He would probably follow me. Well, I'm not actually 100% sure of that. And then, yes, a whole bunch of these hooded zombies. So again, this is... I mean, it's pretty straightforward if you know, take the right route. This was unexpected. I had to improvise here because this guy was behaving very oddly, and you know, sometimes they get into positions where you just can't hit the weak spots. So, anyway, a couple of mines took him down. Come back and finish these guys off. Just gonna consult my notes here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Talked about enemy management. Upgrading speed and power with your upgrades. So this applies to both weapon upgrades and the blue orbs that you pick up in the level. Like I said, priority on this one is speed first, and then get your weapon power upgrades from the blue orbs. When you're upgrading at the Duke's shop, you'll want to balance speed, or sorry, you'll want to balance power with your firing rate for your pistol, because you don't want a slow firing rate. You do want powerful shots, but, like, again, you want to balance it. You might think more powerful shots, you know, you're using less ammo then. And that's true. And so you could definitely do it that way if you want, if you prefer that strategy. This guy's very convenient for preserving your combo there. You want to end in this room, because this is where the exit spawns.
So you finally came to see me.
If you're at 43 here, there should be... Actually, I might have already killed one when it jumped up to 43. There, so don't take that number... Whatever number I had when I went in through the door, that's the number you want to have. Can't believe I let that guy bite me. Good grief. But in a swarm, even the lower level enemies, when they swarm you, they can be very dangerous. So yeah, prioritize your targets carefully. But yeah, again, this one is, I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It's mostly about routing in Area 3 here. All right, but Area 4, this is where things get a little chaotic. So just checking my score there. I was already almost at the double S, and so I thought I had a pretty good shot. Now, in level 1 of this one, Area 4, you know, the strategy is to just get the longest combo you can. Preferably from beginning to end every enemy in that combo. But as if you watched my video on level 1 of this, then you see that it's not actually necessary. You can miss a couple of them. You definitely want to kill them all to get that completion bonus. And that's why we kill all of the enemies in all levels. It's for that completion bonus. Plus every enemy you kill gives you a time bonus, which all of it translates into more points at the end. So you don't want to leave enemies behind, but here in level 2, I'm going to be less focused on combos. I mean, combos are still a priority, but it's predominantly going to be about killing everything as fast as possible and just surviving it all, because it's not only do you have the wackadoodle enemy spawns that I talked about in the level 1 video, but the enemies are way, way tougher.
Thank you for your patronage.
And so you can easily get into... And there's tons of them, so you can easily get into situations where they start swarming you. And 2 hits. If you take 2 hits and don't have time to use a healing serum in between, you're done. And then, you know, there's no respawn. You're starting from the beginning. Which is why I just start killing things right off the bat here. I don't go for Angie first like I did in the level 1 video. Still some routing that you'll want to do to optimize things. Now, like I said, again, and I'm sorry I keep referencing that, but I mean, I literally just recorded the commentary for that video, for the level 1 video. I just finished recording it before recording this one, so it feels like I just said some of this stuff. But the enemy spawning here in Area 4 is very strange, and I wonder if it's bugged a little bit, because there are multiple waves of enemies that spawn within the castle, and at one point during one of my level 1 playthroughs, I got all the castle enemies to spawn before leaving the castle. Before I left the castle. Here I'm not bothering with, you know, monitoring Angie's placement. I just want to take her out. So this might not have been... Well, yeah, I will be coming back here. So this might not have been the most efficient way. But I will encounter... I think she just flies off here, and I'll encounter her later, but she'll be easy to kill. So as I said, I did manage to get all 32 castle enemies to spawn before I left the castle. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I re-entered this room, and suddenly there's enemies coming out of the ground. And a ton of these guys appear here. So figuring out the way enemies spawn in this area, Area 4 specifically, is, I think, one of the holy grails of figuring out the most efficient way to do this. So I will fully admit that this is not the most efficient way to go about this, but this is the a way that can get you the SSS rank. So many of these soldats spawn, which is why I have the rocket launcher. 'Cause that's, you know, one of the big risks with taking down the heavy enemies with your bullets. It's not just time-consuming, it's it wastes ammo. You can run out of ammo, and then you're kind of screwed. You know? These guys, it's actually more efficient to aim for where they're not armored. I mean, you might think headshot, knock off the helmet, and then aim for the head. That's actually less efficient. So, I hate all brawn because it slows you down. I do take it sometimes, if I've already gotten super speed, which I believe I have here. Once again, you gotta take those bluebirds out. No sniper rifle this time, but you can hit them with your pistol rather easily. But just make sure to do so before you trigger them to flee. You know, if you leave the castle, if you get too far down the hill, they'll fly away, and then you risk missing one or both of them. Once again, zillions of fire enemies here. Be careful because they can spawn behind you. You might not even realize they're there because they're... there's Angie again. Boom. Blow her up. Yeah, so you might not even realize they're there because if there's... They all make kind of the same sounds, and so if they're all right around you, you might not realize there's one behind you that's ready to mess you up. Another Panzer here. That's why it's important to have explosives. Because you need an explosive to knock his armor off. And this guy, he can take a lot of punishment. So as you can see, I'm not getting a full 54 enemy combo, but I'm up to 21 right now, which is still a pretty good bonus. You want to grab all the time orbs. You have 500 points for every second you got remaining on the clock. Now, as you can see, back to the castle where a whole bunch more enemies are going to have spawned. This is primarily... This is why you want a speed upgrade for this area. Otherwise, it just takes forever to keep going back and forth between the various areas. If you know how to get all the castle enemies to spawn before you go down the hill, I know there's a way, because I've done it, but it was a fluke, and I wasn't recording at the time, which I deeply regret, because I wish I could go back and study that route. Here I had surplus rockets, so it's just like, yeah, let's just blow everything up. This is fun. And those archers, again, you know, pays to take them out quickly because they do a lot of damage and they're deadly accurate at this level. So, once again, wanting 2 more enemies to spawn. I don't know if these are the same 2 as in my level 1 video that I had to wait for, but that's... Managing enemy spawns is really an issue in this one. And so, again, as I will admit, this isn't the most efficient way. I mean, I know there are better ways that this could be done. Didn't figure it out myself yet after many, many attempts. But here you go. SSS rank, though, with just shy of 1.49 million. And another thing to remember as you're going through, it's especially helpful on Area 4 here in the castle. The best way to actually double-check that you've cleared out all the enemies in a particular area is to listen. Just take a second to see if you can hear their noises that they make, because they are pretty noisy, and I've found that's the most effective way, and it also tells you which direction they're in. And as you get to learn the levels, you'll start to realize, oh, it's coming from that direction. That means they're probably upstairs or something like that. Also, you know, having some benchmarks as far as knowing, you know, at this point I should have killed this number of enemies. At this point I should have killed this number of enemies. That really helps as well. Last thing you want to be doing is running around, looking around every corner to double check that you've killed every enemy, because you want to go quick. There you go. That's SSS rank for Castle Level 2. You can check out the Level 1 video, linked in the description if you are interested. Like I said, if I figure out that peak efficiency for Area 4, where you can spawn all the castle enemies before leaving the castle and then just have to make one trip down the hill and then you're done, if I can figure that out, I will make a video about it, just about that. But if you happen to know what that is, I mean, let me know. Comment below or let me know on the Discord server. Please slam that like button if you appreciated this guide. Subscribe for tons more content. All 8 of the Mercenaries levels will be coming soon. Until next time, this is Ash for the Triple S League, and I will talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell, and then check out some of these other videos. Find the link to our Discord server and other important stuff in the description below.
Rotated.